Men. Why don't I blame the men?
Man, what would we do? What do we do? How you gonna blame us? We gave them the right to do so. I mean, congratulations. Y'all screwed yourselves and y'all became more miserable. That's not our fault. And we couldn't even have told you that. How could have us men have sat there and like, hey, we're about to give you these rights, but just want to let you know you're gonna have more social responsibilities and you guys might be more miserable in the future. But here you go. You want to work? You'd have probably told us no. You'd have been like, y'all guys got it. But no. And we couldn't even have told you this was gonna happen. So hey, girls, you got what you want, right? Equality. You could work, you could vote, you could do whatever. I mean, you're the freest woman in the world if you're in America. So, I mean, there's benefits.
Well, I do. But the problem is, society already blames men, right? I think with men, if you're a loser, you deal with the consequences of that. Women don't want to deal with you. Guys don't want to be friends with you. No one cares about you. You basically end up becoming invisible. So men have to deal with consequences for inadequacy, but women don't. And I think that's the biggest problem because we got a bunch of mediocre women running around and they think that they're entitled to top shelf guys. And I think a big reason for this is because we live in this gynocentric society where we prioritize female wants and female standards over the male standards, right? If a woman is rude and loud, no one cares. But if a guy is meek and weak and doesn't have his money together, we make fun of him. So we don't have the same negative.
Shoot, that goes same thing for like fat women. It's like, bro, when women are fat, they kind of get praised. When men are fat, well, you know what it is. You know what the game is. Life lets you know that you are lacking. For a fat girl, well, I mean, to be quite honest with you, I'd say this. There are some girls who can kind of pull off having a little bit of weight, not a whole lot. I'm like 300 pounds. I mean, no girl looking good with that on them. But I've seen girls look good with 150, 180 pounds on them. I've definitely seen it. But, it's that genetic type of the hourglass figure. I'll tell you that. Other than that, if you don't got that genetic structure, I mean, baby girl, just go ahead and lose weight. It's okay. It's just not you.
Negative consequences for male inadequacy that we do for female inadequacies. So, yeah. Yeah? Sure. Oh, what's up, man? These guys don't count. What's up, man?
Hello, Myron.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
These are, you want to introduce yourself to the people real quick? These are allies, guys, by the way. Shout out to Shani and his girl.
Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello.
And shout out Vlasty. He said, video short in Discord. All right, I got you.
Okay. Shayna's good. Okay. Hi, Myron. Oh, hi, I'm Samantha McCarty.
Hi, good to see you again.
I work for Street Polar.
This is Shani's girlfriend, guys.
Yeah. I have a few questions for you.
Sure.
Okay. If feminists had their own country, would they survive?
No.
Hell no.
Why?
Good question. They wouldn't survive because the reality is that women can't actually defend themselves properly. Men have the monopoly of force, and
no, we literally need to protect them. If women had their own country, all the feminists got together and had their own country, we literally have to protect that country. And if we didn't protect that country, then we can only imagine. Okay, I don't even want to tell y'all what's gonna happen next.
Women don't really have the capability to defend themselves against men that might attack them. This is why we have, the military, police, etc. Men have the monopoly of force that allows women to be able to be safe. So, if we had a woman country, it would be taken over within a day, 24 hours.
Yikes. Should an IQ test be required to vote?
A month.
That's a good question. I've thought about that myself, whether it be an IQ test or a civic exam. I think for men, right, they would be able to take the test automatically and be able to obviously vote. But for women, I think they'd have to have some other skin in the game to be able to even take the test.
And shout out to my man Vlad. Go ahead and watch this one real quick. All right, let's go.
Where's the rag, Gene? It's spilling, Gene. Where's the rag?
Well, I thought you had a rag.
I can't get it now.
Oh, I can't get it. I thought you had all that.
Oh, she's changing the oil with the drip pan. Oh, wow.
It's not.
Yep.
Oh my God!
I mean, that is. That's tough. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and screw me on out. Go ahead, screw me on out, sis. That's tough. That's tough.
Oh my god, I got that in a video.
And that is why we do all the car work. That's exactly why. Not only because, well, if we fuck up, that's us, but I mean, we're also better at doing it.
What do you think some of those requirements or factors would be for women?
Ooh,
vote.
it would have to be public service, passing the civic test, and then being able to make a bologna sandwich properly.
Bologna.
They could do those three things. I think they should be able to vote.
What are some old-fashioned values that have kind of gone away that should be brought back?
I think men should be the providers. I think they should be the breadwinners. I know that's
No, I mean, that's still here. It's just not championed, honestly. I would say old values. Shoot, conservative dressing.
kind of something that's almost impossible to do nowadays. And I think women should really focus on rearing the children and being at home. But, I think we're too far gone now at this point. I don't think the feminists are going to yield any ground. Now, there's some women I think that are waking up and realizing like feminism is a cancer. It's fucking them up. But it'll be very difficult to go backwards. But I do think if we brought simply the nuclear family back, that would handle 80% of the problems.
Would you rather date a liberal or an illegal?
Yeah, no, someone wouldn't be so scarred by men if they had their dads in their lives. And then some of them are still scarred with their dads in their life. I mean, regardless. So I mean, sometimes these girls got to learn how to just be grateful. I'm like, come on now. Oh, my daddy wasn't shit. I'm like, girl, shut up. Some women didn't even have a dad, and they really fucked up.
Immigrant.
An illegal immigrant, she at least knows how to make a sandwich.
That's true.
That's it? That's the only thing?
Yeah, probably that. And then, yeah, it's
True.
and she's not gonna talk back because she don't speak English.
Oh God.
So that's even better.
And she's afraid you're gonna call ICE to deport her ass. So that's another reason why she ain't gonna talk back. I mean, an illegal girl. No, I'm just playing.
Do you want me to keep going? Would you rather be misgendered in public or audited by the IRS?
Me be misgendered? Me be misgendered
Yes.
or audited by the IRS?
Yep.
Audited by the IRS.
Why?
I got nothing to hide.
So you wouldn't be offended if someone, called you a different type of pronoun?
If they use the wrong pronoun, I wouldn't be offended. It is what it is. I mean, I think the whole concept of pronouns in itself is comical, but
That's
the crazy world we're in now.
What's the bigger threat to America, drag queens or fentanyl?
Drag queens.
Why?
Because they're the ones off the fentanyl.
Because drag queens basically make it seem as though it's appropriate and acceptable to cross-dress, read books to kids, and do all the other degenerate behavior that they do. I mean, if it were up to me, I'd give them their own little area in a town or a city where they could just hang out there and do everything that they want to do. Well, I mean, if you don't like that, then that's fine. But yeah, I think, yes. Yeah, segregation does I think segregation does work in some places, yes.
She's a...
Well.
Oh, yeah. You want to go?
It's fine. Keep going. All right.
She's a 10, but she has her pronouns in her LinkedIn bio.
Sex only.
So she's
Would never
still a
take her
10
seriously.
then?
Oh, no, she goes down to like an 8 or a 9, but actually probably like a 7. But she would be automatically put in the sex only category.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
I mean, shoot, a girl's mindset can take attraction points off. Like, like look-wise, I met some pretty fine-ass liberal women. It's just that, well, like attitude-wise, I mean, shoot, man, it does take about a couple points off. Like, she was an 8, and now she's a 6. Like, she was a 6, she was pretty, and then now she's a 4. I mean, it happens.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Who's up next? Good to see you, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, bro. I'll share it with you. Yeah, guys, if you want to go ahead and have a discussion, you're free to have a discussion. I mean, if you want to heckle from the side, that's fine. But, if you're going to have points or whatever, just say what you got to say. We can have a discussion, no problem. Yes, what's up, man?
Oh no, I just want to see what you got going on.
Oh, you want to see the sign?
Yeah, let's see. Women deserve less.
Women deserve less. Change my mind. Yes.
Why do you think women deserve less?
Well, there's a bunch of different reasons, but I would say, to make it nice and simple, we got too many simps out here.
What's the constant variable of what they currently have of deserving that they should deserve less of?
Oh, look, she flipped the middle finger up. She's so mad. Can't defend your ideas. Just got to put a middle finger up, I see. So sorry, what was that question?
So yeah, I said, what's that constant variable that women currently deserve that you think they should have less of? What's that they have right now that they're getting?
What is it that they have?
That they're getting.
Attention. That'd be my main thing. I'd say, I'm like, too much attention. That's probably the problem with today's modern women. It's too much attention. And well, I mean, women do love attention. Let's be quite honest. I mean, women, let's be real. You do love that attention. So yes, it's the attention. That is what women do deserve less of. If I was to say women deserve less, I'm not going to say outright this, women deserve less. I would say women deserve less attention.
Oh, man. Well, here's the thing. They get preferential treatment. They're able to be treated like a lady while simultaneously being able to behave like men with almost zero consequence. They could basically double dip. So another can enjoy the benefits of being treated like a lady, right? Enjoy chivalry and, traditional male standards, like men treating them like ladies, while simultaneously they can also behave rude, erratic, crass, with zero consequence.
Can't men do the same thing?
No, we can't. We're actually held to standards unlike women.
No.
You think so?
Yeah, because if you do, you're gonna get your ass whooped. Let's be honest. Like, dog, if you get rude, crass, and all that, one, you're not gonna do well with women. Two, dudes are gonna want to whoop your ass. So yeah, we cannot get off having that mean person, or what they say, the mean girl attitude. That just doesn't work for guys. You gotta have some type of respect when you're dealing with guys, and then you also gotta have some type of respect and chill about yourself when you're dealing with women. So you can't be off the walls with both of them. That just don't work.
Yes. For example.
Well, as a man, women, I mean, shoot, y'all can get crazy talking to a guy and we really ain't gonna do nothing to you. To be honest, we're not. Like, we don't believe in hitting women. And thank God we don't. Because imagine if you was in an Arab country. I mean, the results would be different. So yeah. Now, when you go off on women, I mean, you know what? Not even all women even come at other girls. Usually they're not too confrontational. So I would say women do get away with acting crazy easier because usually most women don't confront them. And us guys, well, we just can't. I mean, we could say something, but what we going to do? We ain't going to go upside our head about it.
You, right? How old are you?
I'm 20.
You're 20. So who do you think is going to have more value in society, you or a 20-year-old girl?
Depends which 20-year-old girl, because me, physically, I work my ass off and I'm, focused and do what I need to do. I'm sure there's a woman that's 20 years old that does the same thing.
Okay, here's the beauty.
There's a majority that
you
don't
said you
do
work
that.
your ass off, right?
Of course.
Why do you work your ass off?
I mean, because I don't ever want to have my mom working a day in her life. That's all
Cool.
it is.
So there's a burden of performance on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to work.
I have to. No one has to work.
And it just goes to show that men, we just break our back for the women that we love. That's also a beautiful thing as well. So shout out to my man.
Well, if you didn't work, your status would decrease. Fair?
Not necessarily. Nowadays, no.
Yeah, it would decrease. So the reason why you're working is because you kind of know it's like an unspoken reality that men have to perform. But if I took a 20-year-old girl, she doesn't have to work. You do. That's my point.
I mean, working is one thing because women, they can work in other ways. It doesn't just have to be like a 9-to-5 making money. They can work in supporting and doing things around the house.
Working what?
They don't have to work monetarily.
Turn off the speaker? You got to turn off the speaker. Because it's coming in very, very low. Yeah, let's turn up that speaker. Sorry.
For example, if you have a team of people, not every single person is just bringing in money. Someone helps someone else to support them throughout their daily life, to assist them to make that money. So let's say if I had a woman that was, living with me and she was my girlfriend, she doesn't need to make money as long as she makes my life easier to be able to make money. And that's just as much as a help as me making money.
Here's the difference. It wouldn't work the other way around. That's my point. If she worked and you helped her out behind the scenes,
why not?
I mean, I swear there's like one thing all guys need to get over. I mean, even Chris Rock made the joke about it. You need to stop coming out here thinking that you will be unconditionally loved. You mainly have to earn every love that you get outside of your parents. Well, maybe outside your mom, because we already know how dads are, right? Right. So, yeah, as a man, you will have to earn every bit of love in your life. It's tough, but it's beautiful that way. I mean, it's the struggle, right? And it's the path, and in low key, it's the journey and how you make yourself a better man through it to get to that. But let's be real though. You do kind of got to earn it out here. You do. You just don't walk out here pretty boyed up and thinking that women are just going to fall in love with you forever now. And then even if you're a pretty boy and you don't got no money, there you go. Women are going to slip through your hands every trip for maybe a less attractive dude, but with a little bit more money.
It probably
like
wouldn't
that.
work because women don't like to provide for men long term.
It depends on the situation. Depends on the person.
90+% of women do not want to be a breadwinner for a
I give her 6 months. I say a girl would be a breadwinner for you. I mean, probably 6 months is crazy, actually. I couldn't even imagine. But maybe 6 months. I mean, it'd be reasonable. I mean, I would like that. Never had it, but I'll be like, if it ever happened, it'd be like, you know what? If you could at least do 6 months, but damn, that's a while.
man ever.
That's
Ever.
not true.
That's propaganda, feminist propaganda. Women, if they out earn their man or they're in a position where they're in a leadership role, there's a very high likelihood they will leave you.
My mother's a perfect example of that. It's the complete opposite. So I don't.
Is she
agree.
with your dad still?
Of course.
Okay, and how long they been married?
They got married, high school sweethearts, since they were, I believe, 18. They got married, moved here together.
And was your mom the breadwinner the entire time?
They were 50-50.
Okay, and then what is it now? Now she's the breadwinner?
At first, it was my dad. Well, basically, my mom went to school. My dad worked. Then my mom worked because she got her degree, and
He
my
put her
dad
through school.
Then went to school, and now they both work. And I would say that my mom has a more consistent and makes more money than my dad, and that completely discredits to a point of what you're saying. Because
Well, and I would say, how much more money are we talking, G? Because when we're saying that your girl shouldn't earn more than you, I'm talking about, bro, if you're earning 50, your girl shouldn't be earning 100, okay? She shouldn't be earning like double what you make. Now, the way he's explaining it, it sounds like his parents may be close in income to where it's not that much of a discrepancy. Like if they went their own separate ways, they could live the same lifestyle. Now, where there's a problem, if the girl was to you guys will go their own separate ways, she could still maintain a higher quality of lifestyle than you. That's where women get upset and start seeing you as, well, inferior. Is that when they can live a better lifestyle than you without you?
there's a degree where my dad wasn't working, assisting her.
Well, you
So-
also got to understand that anecdotal evidence, like based on your own personal experience, doesn't necessarily reflect the rest of the
No, I
world. So
agree.
though that might be your situation with your parents, which is great, a lot of the
possible.
times that's just not the reality. And the other thing also that you need to understand is that your father was the breadwinner for a significant amount of time in their relationship.
How do you know it's significant? What if I say 2 years?
Well, those 2 years is where she was able to go to school, right?
And vice versa when he went to school.
Okay, but he put her through school. So he allowed her to basically be able to go to school, and
She
he
put him through school, yes.
That's
they both
very
put
important.
Each other through school.
That's very, very important. That's a pertinent fact to the situation. But again, like I said before, women, right,
Yeah,
are
that's
not
true,
going to provide long-term.
And let's be real, like your mom is gonna be a little bit more dedicated to your dad because like she kind of has that mindset of, yeah, I wouldn't be here without this man, so who would I am to look down on this man? It's way different from if your mom did it on her own, grinding it out on her own, then came to your dad, and your dad had shit to do with her success. Yeah, she would low-key probably dog that man. But since the man put in and invested in her and it came out great, yeah, she does have a bit of I wouldn't say an obligation, but I would say she had a little bit more dedication towards that man.
For men, the same way that men will provide long-term for women. Also, I think it's important to understand that your parents had a longer relationship, so by the time that everything planned out and she's being the breadwinner, she's a bit older. She might not be able to enter the dating marketplace the
Can you
same level.
elaborate on the word provide?
I'm sorry?
Can you elaborate on what you mean by
You
provide?
said she was the majority breadwinner, right?
Disregard what my situation was in my family. I want you to elaborate and describe what you mean providing, a woman providing is. What do you see that as?
The reality is this, man. So I know this is considered politically incorrect to say this, but most women do not want to be the breadwinner for men. They just don't. Now, they'll sit there and have the feminist propaganda and say, I'm a boss bitch and I'll make a bunch of money and I'll do X, Y, Z. But the reality is when women say I'm independent, you got to ask yourself, who are they independent of? It's men. They do that to say, I don't need a man, and they make that money for themselves. When a man makes money, he says, how can I have a family?
I mean, that is true. Women do brag about having their own money just so they don't need a man. I mean, you never seen a dude brag about a money to brag about how he don't need women. It's like, I never heard that. But I guess it does show how I guess money affect the genders differently. It seems like I mean, he does have a point. It do seem like women get money to, I guess, save themselves from men or kind of not need a man, and guys get money to take care of women. I mean, dang, huh, huh, tough.
When a woman makes money, she says, "I don't need a man." Completely different mindsets when we make a certain amount of money.
So providing, essentially, you're talking about monetarily when it comes to money.
Yes, when it comes to
Well, and protection as well, of course.
being a breadwinner. Men are far more comfortable and built to provide for women than women are for men. If a woman is in a provider situation, the likelihood of that relationship falling apart is very high. Now, there's some situations like yours where it was able to work. But I do think it's important to understand that your dad had a bit of equity there where he helped her get to the position that she's at. So there's some level of reciprocity there now that she's making the money. But in most situations, women are not okay with providing long term for men, especially now.
So on a follow-up question,
And I'll be real with you, and even on that note, his mom is still a real one. I mean, even on that note, because I know some dudes that done put women through college, and that girl still live that man. That's tough. It's tough. So she's even a real one for that, to be quite honest. So I'd even have to give it up to his mom. Cause I'm be like, bro, a lot of women get that same treatment and they're not even with the man who put them through college or help them get through that struggle. So you got to give it to her because some guys still don't even get that reciprocity. So it is what it is.
you're talking about providing as a woman or a man is just monetary. What would success look like for you as a human being?
For me,
As a human being, what does success look like?
having a nuclear family, having a woman that respects you and obeys you.
No, that's a childish man. That's a child. Now, when we talk about real men, we do it for family reasons. Like, I'm sorry that you may have been dealing with boys or hearing how boys talk about money the rest of your life, but baby girl, I'll set you straight. This is how men do it. This is what men think about when we make a lot of money. We're not thinking about banging a lot of women, even though it is fun, but we are mainly thinking about raising a family. Now, like I said, it's not my fault you've been dealing with boys, man, or you made me know these like immature guys. But come on now, don't put that on all of us just because that's the only guys you met.
You make the decisions. You're the head of the household, and bringing it back to what it was before. But this whole like equal partnership stuff that we push out there, it's not true. It's all a lie.
So you're saying being able to support and have a woman that supports you is what success looks like for you as a human being?
Yes, you support financially, and obviously you're the bedrock, and she takes care of the children in the home, and have defined gender roles. I think that's very important.
Yeah, I mean, and that's as a man, though. I say men definitely will derive a lot of satisfaction for being the provider. Well, first making a good amount of money, then going out there and getting a family, then providing for that said family and all that good stuff. Like men find a lot of pleasure in that. Now, women, I don't know if I can really speak for y'all because it seems like y'all doing everything to avoid it. So shoot. Hey, inform me, please.
And as a person, what would you be happy with yourself? Let's say you're on your deathbed and you're looking back. What would you look back on and say, wow, that was success?
I think when you're looking at your
I
deathbed,
mean, wait, who is these top 10 women? Top 10 women can become a trophy wife if they wanted. In top 10 in what degree? Like looks? Because that's not true. I mean, there's women that you wouldn't believe that are beautiful, outright beautiful, and their ass has been single all their life. They ain't been married not one time. We're talking about women in their 40s, their 50s, beautiful. Bro, we're talking about women in their mid-30s, beautiful women. So we're talking about the top 10, bro. The top 10 models in the world, some of them are single. So let's be quite honest. I don't even think it has anything to, hopefully you're not talking about beauty standards.
but the only thing that matters that when you're on your deathbed, the only thing that matters looking back is, did you create a legacy and do you have a family? I think you want to be on that deathbed with people surrounding you that you've helped create to some degree.
So what if, let's say on my deathbed, I have $100 million there, and when I look back, I was like, damn, I was a shitty person. I didn't do a lot of things. I wasn't so wise. I wasn't so kind. But instead, you maybe had that same amount of money, but you had a woman that instilled those values in you and your family. I think that's worth more than
you. Hold on. Woman instilling, I don't know, G. That sounds a bit off. I mean, hold on. Instilling values in you. Don't you ain't supposed to come with them values yourself? Like the woman ain't supposed to be your mama. I think your mom did that already, G.
$100 million could count.
I agree. I think less money in a family is far more important than more money in no family. I agree.
And a woman brings that.
I agree. All right, thank you. Who's up next? He is? Sure, whoever wants to come up next.
I'm gonna come on.
What's up?
How you doing?
Yo.
Girl, Nick.
I can do that. Just adjust this. So yeah, just hold that. Okay. I did this for a little while. No.
You got it. I think that's good.
So that's your book. Why women deserve less?
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Yeah. I just want context.
Man, you already heard my argument. I see. Not that women deserve less, just women deserve less attention.
So as we talk,
And the reason I say that is because, well, I mean, look at social media today and look at the reason why women kind of, I guess, have their head up their ass. Well, it's because of all the attention that they get. The reason why most average girls act like they're 10s is because they can get the same attention as a 10. Well, you know, either if they go on likes and show enough, well, I guess skin. There you go.
I want to understand your mindset. So we're gonna have a debate or a conversation. I want to make
Well,
sure.
I think men simp on women too much. I think that's one of the main ones. I think a lot of guys don't make women earn their keep, and we've created a pretty shitty marketplace for that. That's created a lot of issues.
So you think men have created it, or the women have created that?
Both parties are responsible to a degree.
Okay.
Both have their contributions
Okay.
to the deregulation and the problems that we have.
So do you think what specifically made you come to this whole concept of women deserve less?
Many years of pondering.
That's it?
Many years of pondering.
You
yes.
married?
Many years of pondering.
No, actually, that's a good argument, but I have to ask you this. Did she get fat? I know what you're thinking. You're like, really? But no, for real though, for real, because I've seen it. But it is not what you guys think sometimes. You guys think because a man made money, he left that girl. Sometimes it's completely different. Like, you really, it's not just about the money, but it probably because, well, one, she didn't keep up with her attractiveness. She thought just staying there with the guy was just enough to keep him around, when no, you really actually have to work on yourself. But now, I'm just saying, like, was she fat? I'm just, if she was, then you can't blame my man's. Boy, he getting money now. Man, bro, girls with thin waists is throwing themselves at him. You can't blame a man for that. That's not fair. That's not fair. Wife got to keep up with her shit too. If you telling me that the wife, I ain't gonna, nah, Seth, the wife was fine as hell and he still did that bullshit, I'm be like, all right, sis, you got me. You got me. But man, I seen this play out. It was usually because she was fat, or maybe just the guy was sticking it out because the girl's putting in money. He was using her the whole time. Now, like I said, that is fucked up, but I've seen it happen both ways. Let's just say that.
Married?
No.
You got a baby mama?
No.
No kids?
No.
You don't want kids?
Not right now. But in the future,
How old
yes.
are you? How old are you?
35.
Okay. You got time.
Yeah.
You got till 55 and you good. So you can go crazy.
Bruh. See, and that's one thing I never do use against other people. I'm never going to say to use it, you're too young argument. I'm always going to try to be like, you know what? Let me try to break it down to you. Because I don't like you're just don't understand. You're too young. It's like, dog, I done lived decades. Okay, bro, chill. More than just 2.
I just need to understand. I'm trying to understand why, because none of your rationale right now makes sense at all. Because you're telling me what you think, and I'm telling you what I think right now. Yeah. So it just doesn't make sense.
All right, what doesn't make sense?
So you talked to the young man about him, his parents. He had a great, because that's his world. His mom actually makes more money than his dad, but they've been together since they were 15, 18. I don't know what he said.
I don't know how long.
High school sweethearts. So that's one reason why they're in it, high school sweethearts. And then another reason why is because the dad busted his ass while the mom was able to go there and kick ass in college. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. There's no hating on it. I honestly am jealous of it. It's like, hey, nice shit, good shit. It's just that, I mean, I'm be honest, I've seen guys try to do the same thing for women and it ain't work out. So that's why I said shout out to the mom, because I've seen women low-key screw guys who've done that for them. So hey, it is what it is. I love it. I like happy endings. What can I say?
But I think the whole concept of him saying that is a lot of people who experience, and there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, they helped each other to make that beautiful young man be able to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, but we also have to be realistic and understand that that's not the norm. Most women are not okay with being breadwinners in a relationship. And then obviously when he explained it a bit more, it made a bit more sense, because his father was in a breadwinner position and then assisted his mom with being able to go to school.
They assisted each other. They assisted each other.
Yes, he was the breadwinner for a period of time to allow his mom
she went
to
to
go to
school.
school.
and then
Exactly.
they flipped it.
Exactly.
Which
So-
was great. They had an understanding, right?
Yes, but that's
Yeah, but dog, what you don't understand is that most girls don't even do that. That's what the wild part is. Like, dog, let me tell you a personal story from one of my friends. One of my friends literally helped his ex get through school. Literally did it. And then when it was her time to get a job and this man wanted to go back to school himself, bro, it was probably like 3 months later, bro. And she's like literally talking to guys that's in her class that she graduated with and literally trying to move up the ladder already. I was like, ooh, woo. But happy ending though. Bro went out there, did well in his degree, had to get it off his own. It took a long time, but he ended up doing it.
not the norm, and that's not what typically happens. I mean, you know, we have a very high divorce rate. We have a lot of the decline of marriage in America, and I don't blame the guys for not getting married because there's not really much benefit now being married for a man.
So it's not any benefit for being married for a man?
Virtually none, no. I mean, I think that there's any benefit. I mean, I'll ask you this. What benefit does a guy get from marrying a woman that he doesn't get from just being in a regular long-term relationship?
Depends on what you want.
Okay,
so
well,
a benefit,
what those benefits
let's go through let's go. Some men just want an arm piece. Some men want somebody they can grow old with. Some men want somebody they can make money with. Some
you can
men
do all that without being married.
No,
that's my point.
No, we're talking about benefits. We're not. That's all.
Marriage?
No, we're just talking about benefits. If you decided when you decide to get married,
all right, let me ask the question again. What I asked you was, what benefit?
Now, you're talking about benefits that only marriage can give you. Honestly, besides the tax breaks, I don't really see any. I mean, I can have a kid out of wedlock. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't suggest it, but you can still get yourself a kid. Still go out there and get you some pussy. I mean, that's not impossible. So, damn. I mean, okay, well, passing my last name on to some girl. I mean, there's that benefit. Some girl sharing my last name. So all I think is tax benefits and I mean, some girl having my last name. That's it. That's it. Everything else I can have outside of a marriage.
Do men get from getting married from a woman that they otherwise would not get from just being in a regular relationship? There's none. It's a trick question. There's almost none.
But that's personal though. That it's personal why a person gets married.
I would say that's fairly. I mean, like I said before, if they choose to get married, that's one thing. But they're not getting any real benefits for so.
Right. It's like I would say this. Like I feel you. It's a personal choice and it's a beautiful thing, brother. But the fact remains that you can still get all the benefits of marriage outside of marriage. Is why a lot of guys aren't getting married. Because imagine this. Imagine if the only way you can get sex if you can get married, bruh. All of us would be married today. I mean. All of us would probably be married within a couple months, to be honest with you. It'd be a wrap. If the only way you would be able to get sex was to get married, all guys would get married. Actually, that's kind of how it was back in the day. That's why all guys did get married. So, hey, it is what it is, guys. And you know what's so funny? I always do say, blame feminism. Feminism is the one who unlocked the hookup culture, and us guys just benefited off of it. So, hey, blame feminism for that one.
They're choosing to get married.
But they don't get benefits. If anything, they get liability.
The only reason you get married because you're in love with the person, or you have some religious reason that you get married.
Again, I'm speaking very pragmatically, and I'm giving you a pragmatic situation, and you're responding with kind of an emotional response. I'm saying
low-key.
that with men,
you know, hold on one second.
And that's the thing. I mean, maybe that's why the girls is feeling my man in the chat right now because he's coming with emotions, and I get it. He's coming with the feel good emotions, but Myron's not wrong, and I get what my man's saying, but he's not wrong. There are benefits that you can get. I mean, like women that's probably gonna watch this later on. I mean, let's be real. Like most of y'all, when y'all got married, y'all weren't virgins. If you were, shout out, good job. But even then, I mean, most of y'all ain't virgins. So I mean, is mine wrong? Were you married? No, you weren't. So is he wrong? Somebody did it to you. Somebody got it out of you without you being married. Shoot, some of y'all lived with dudes without being married. So, I mean, you kind of might want to roll this back a little bit, ladies. When you're saying he's spitting, he's actually saying what I want to hear. And I get it. It sounds sweet. It sounds beautiful to your ears, but it is not the truth.
There's no benefit.
Just because I raise my voice doesn't make me emotional. That makes you're talking like a woman now.
No, I'm actually just telling you very pragmatically.
That doesn't make me. I'm just talking.
I'm telling you very pragmatically.
hey, I'm big, my voice raises, you might get intimidated a little bit.
Not
We're
at
just
all.
having fun. I'm enjoying this. This is where I stop because I think you're amazing.
Yeah.
I want to tell you you're amazing.
I'm just saying, pragmatically speaking, there's no benefit to a man getting married in the West anymore. There's almost none.
So
if
why
anything,
they
it's
get West?
only downside. And I asked you, can you name one thing that a man would get as a benefit from getting married in this day and age? And you mentioned some things, but those things can all be attained in a regular relationship without getting married.
But again, you can't, that's fine, you can say that, but that's a choice. It's still a choice. I get what you're saying.
I asked
I'm
a
not
very
disagreeing.
direct question. And
No. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but
Okay.
also on my side, that's still a choice. Like if I decide to get married to her right now because she's beautiful and I love curly hair,
Okay.
and that's my thing, so what? You can't tell me no different. And if I feel good about that, cool. At some point we get divorced, that's my fault because I chose her. I didn't talk to her.
Okay.
I didn't get to know
we've
her.
reached kind of an impasse here. Who's up next?
Oh man.
I don't know. I don't think being that. So funny too. I don't really like to say this, but there are guys who like players are on all age levels when it comes to men. Like even women, of course, but yeah, players on all age levels. So you can't even say, oh, it's only younger guys who like to play around women like that. Which, like I said, I'm not that type of guy, but I'm in defense of those type of guys, and I kind of just say, I leave them guys alone. It's like, it is what it is. If they want to go around and sleep around with women, they'll get tired of it eventually, like we all do.
What's up?
Hello, how are you?
What's up, man? How are you? Chilling?
Thank you.
Yeah.
And as long as the women allow them to have their fun, which is y'all fault. So it is what it is. I mean, you've allowed this. Look, the way the dating world is, the way the dating market is built by women. And I'm not saying that everything bad that happens to you in the dating market is women's fault. But, well, honestly, it's your choices that in the dating market, which is your fault, which is why you get these results with men. But to be quite honest, this is what you guys set up. And hey, we love it. We love it. I mean, it sucks. It sucks. But there's also some good parts as well. Oh, man.
All right, so you already know. Another day in office. What's up, man?
Good, how are you?
How are you?
How would you define like deserve? When you mean deserve less, monetarily, in what way do you mean they deserve less?
It could be a multitude of different things. I mean, tell me what you're thinking and what we could kind of go off what you're thinking.
I'll go off you. You're the one that says they deserve less.
Well, you came up here, so.
All right. So
go ahead.
I would say for you, maybe it means like monetarily or love or emotionally. I'm raised in a Middle Eastern family, but
money is one thing. I think it's a bunch of different things. I think it's time, attention, resources, money. Yep. It could be a multitude of different things. I think a lot of guys simply simp on women for no reason.
What was it?
Okay,
who said this? It was protect your meat. It was Coach Greg Adams. What was it? Your money, your energy, attention, and time. It's like, man, those are the 4 things that women will extract out of you with no remorse. And then, but it's up to you to sit there and hand it out to give it to them. I mean, I always do put things on the guys. I mean, look, guys, if you're getting out here playing in the dating market, it is your fault. I'm be honest with you. It's your fault. I mean, yes, it's unfair, but you can do things to make it better. And if it's completely shit, it's your fault. Women, it's your fault. It's not the men in the market. Not that men are shit. It's just you like shit guys. There's something about shit guys that just turn you on. And you just open your legs from. I don't know. Go see a therapist. That ain't our fault.
That I probably agree with you.
Okay.
But in the sense of deserve, when someone says deserve, there's a value of a man and a woman. Do you think it's different?
The value between a man and a woman?
I mean, deserve kind of comes with some. There's some. If you say, as a person, something deserves less, either they're a bad person or there's something to them that means they're lesser than. Unless you think people are just not born equally.
Yeah, the reason why I say deserve less is because the status quo is to give them everything.
The status quo is to give them everything.
Yes.
To women.
Yes.
You think so?
The accepted modality of dealing with women is being a simp nowadays, and I tell guys not to do that, and also be an extreme gentleman. And I don't think extreme gentlemen to women anymore in today's day and age.
It shouldn't be extreme gentlemen to women.
Like treating a woman like it's 1950 when she doesn't behave like it's 1950. In other words, so you're a traditional guy. You're being chivalrous. Yep. But she's not necessarily a traditional woman.
Wouldn't it be that subjective to the women? It wouldn't be all women?
Of course, every situation is different. But right. I would argue that most women nowadays, modern women, have some adoption of modern feminism that, quite frankly, makes it in a situation where it's maybe not in your best interest to practice chivalry with them. I think it's earned. The point I'm trying to make here is that they need to earn that gentleman treatment from you.
They need to earn that gentleman treatment.
Absolutely, yes.
So it shouldn't start, gets lost. It has to be earned from the beginning.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this: you should always be a gentleman, of course. Like, of course, hold the door open, like, yes, ma'am, all that good stuff. Like, of course, you should always be a gentleman, but make sure that is being respected and it's being reciprocated. Like, my friend, like, come on now, you ain't never hold a door open for a woman and she didn't even say thank you. Now, what? You just gonna stop holding the door open for women? No. So yeah, it's kind of is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta know when it's respected, and it's a good way to find out if you just spit game. Because if a girl you hold open that door and she says hello, that might be your shot, player. That might be your shot.
There's a multitude of different ways to assess this, but yes, I think guys need to reserve treating women like ladies in the beginning so that they don't get taken advantage of.
Do you think in some cases it would be better to learn the hard way? I mean, if you think about it, women are obviously maybe not stronger. Men are obviously more masculine. In most cases, you probably, as a man, the value is to take care of somebody, build a family. You're protecting. That's traditional value.
Here's the thing: some guys, a lot of guys do learn the hard way, and a lot of guys are stubborn. They have to learn the hard way. They have to get burned a few times to realize that the stove is hot. Now, smart people learn from their mistakes. Wise people learn from other people's mistakes. So, I put the information out there. If they choose to want to still experiment and get burned, that's fine. But at least they have the ability to know that that information was there. And at least I could connect some dots for them, because a lot of guys, what ends up happening is they make the mistake, they don't know what happened, what led to it, and then they put a gun in their mouth and they want to end it all because they weren't able to figure out what's going on. So I do think that it's important to have that information out there. And if they decide to take it, cool. If they don't, that's fine. But a lot of the times they'll go make the mistake, then they'll come back and say, yeah, he was right. Let me go back and look at this. Let me re-examine this.
Yeah, and I do say there's one thing. Like like women do like to, bash us on this, but there's one thing they never have an argument back for is that, okay, well, all right. So if we're such woman haters, all right, then can we consider y'all man haters for never speaking up on all the good husbands that do get left? The good husbands that did everything and still got screwed, wife, kids taken away, even the story that you guys would agree that's fucked up. I mean, that's what I always do think is a bit unfair about the judgment there. I'll be like, y'all want us to get into these marriages, but you don't like to bring up the situations where the guys did everything right and still got screwed over. Or a guy may have effed up and he got unnecessarily effed in court. So I don't know, man. So it does kind of seem like either women are using a marriage as a way to put a leash on a man so it can have consequences, so she can always impose consequences in him through the court, or it's also a good way to either trap a man and you're damn near stuck with the girl and she can go ahead and get fat on your ass. And I ain't gonna lie, if a girl gets fat on you during marriage, that is a form of abuse. Go ahead and call in the hotline, guys.
So I think having that information there is very important.
Agreed. But wouldn't that mean it's not that women would deserve less, but rather how you choose your woman or the person beside you? It's not instinctively the woman that deserves less.
No, I think every guy needs to approach a woman from a position of she needs to earn her keep.
So they don't deserve less. They just need to show for what they deserve.
You can make that argument. But again, like I said, status quo is to come in, assuming they deserve less, and then let her prove you wrong.
So as in the man's the value.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, this whole concept that women are the prize is garbage.
No. I get it. Here's the thing, though. Like us guys, we bring up when women do everything right in a marriage and be like and get screwed up. We bring that up, like we really do. But when guys do everything right and get screwed over, it's like hush mode on all women. Like I don't even want to talk about it because it's the obvious, glaring fact that there is no security for guys in marriage. But there is a security, and there's really no punishment for women walking out of marriage or even starting the divorce process, which there should be. Because I mean, there's all the punishments in the world for a guy in marriage, but where is it for the woman? Like, where does the woman get punished for breaking? Well, the vow that she took under the church or under the house of God. Like, where is her punishment at? And I'm not trying to be a dick and be like, what about the women? But I mean, there's obviously consequences for the guys, obvious ones. So I'm just wondering, like, where's even the public shame for women? Like, last time I checked, that was supposed to be like, I don't know, like damn near a sin. Like, you weren't even supposed to be able to get divorced. That was supposed to be out the question, unless under some extreme circumstances. But man, these women ain't even getting beaten and going to get divorced. Now, I'm not saying it don't happen, but that's not happened most likely. It's most likely due to irreconcilable differences that's put on by the woman. They start the divorce process. So Yeah, I can't even say we're violent towards you at a certain point. We're damn near asking you guys, honestly. Honestly, like we're asking y'all, like, all right, what we gotta do? What we gotta do, girls? Come on. What we gotta do to get like a good 10, 20-year marriage without getting raked over the rails in court later? Please tell us.
To lie.
You don't think so?
No.
Are you? Can I ask you if you're religious by chance?
No, I'm not religious. No.
Okay. I'm not sure how familiar with the Quran, but there's a hadith that says the.
Yeah. Water?
Are they not?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how familiar you are, but there's a.
I'm not religious.
I mean, that's a bit weird. He says they're just talking about women as romantic products, not people. You know what? I would have to ask you to elaborate a bit on that. Romantic products, not people. I mean, it's not like we're buying it's not like the girls are a lingerie or a box of chocolates or something. So I wonder what you mean by romantic products. Like, I mean, we're not buying women to marry us. I mean, I know what they do in some countries, but that's not what we do here in America. Not like I'm paying for a wife here. So what do you mean by romantic product? I'm not paying for it. I thought romantic product, I'm thinking lingerie, box of chocolate, and some flowers.
Religious man. So I mean, using a hadith and stuff like that isn't really the way to go.
I know, but I'm just trying to see what you think of it. It says that the gates of paradise behold under the foot of the mother, and just kind of showing the importance of a mother. What's your opinion of mothers?
Well, remember that the Quran and these hadiths were written at a time when women obeyed men and actually respected male authority. They don't anymore.
You don't think so?
They don't. Absolutely, they don't.
Maybe on average, sure, it's a little less.
Absolutely, they don't.
But in that time, it was a little different. I would agree with you, but a
No,
mother's
it's way
still a
different.
mother.
Women respected male authority, so they don't anymore, and that's the problem. So
Don't
what
you
I'm saying
think
is
it
that
was
we got to
forced
deal
on
with, and this is the problem with religion a lot of the times, is religion doesn't equip men to properly deal with modern day females.
All right, now let's go ahead and slide over here. So, I mean, shout out. So, in the United States, women initiate the vast majority of divorces, with approximately 70% of divorces being filed by women. This trend is observed across various relationship types, including marriages, cohabitating relationships, and even dating relationships. So, it's not just marriage, it's y'all damn near ending it on every front. So it's like I said, it's almost like what security does a guy got? Can we look at the statistics and 70% you're gonna screw us? Now, me, I don't believe in that pessimistic view. Trust me, if I'm with a girl, I'm gonna make it work. But I can't sit there and be mad if it don't. I could sit there and I'm like, well, I had a 70% chance of failure. Can't get mad. So yeah. And while some studies suggest this percentage can be even higher among college educated women, reaching 90%. Yo, yeah. So you tell me the more educated she is, the more likely she is to be confrontational and divorce you. Reaching 90%. I mean, so the one without an education is 70%. And the ones who's all college educated, the ones that you say us men should be thirsty over, that we should just dawn on them because you're so smart, beautiful, and educated. Yeah, but they're 90% more likely to leave your ass. But you're just so smart, lovely, and educated. Like, oh Lord, you girls is hilarious. But it is cute. What can I say? I do love a smart, lovely, educated girl, but I mean, it sounds like I'd be better off having a one-night stand than a marriage.
Modern day females.
Yeah, it does not equip you to deal with it because modern day women are not the women of the book. Whether it's Judaism, Christianity, Islam, the religions, unfortunately, the Abrahamic religion.
Come on now. She's 90% because they have options. Because she's a okay, G. I mean, if that's how you want to sell it, man, go ahead, dog. That's how you want to sell it. 90% have options. Does you want to sell it? So it's just because women have so many options, then why should we marry them? If they're just gonna abuse these options, then why should we marry them? So now you just defeated your own argument on why honestly we shouldn't marry women of today in America, because 70% of them started, especially the college educated ones. So guys, when you walk into that girl's house, look out for that college degree on the thing and be like, oh, that's nice, congratulations. Yeah, I'm a hit, but I ain't coming back. Like, whoo.
Religions do not account for modernity with the way women behave now.
Sure, there's definitely a difference between women.
Now, if you find a religious woman of the book and she follows it, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But that's very difficult to find.
So there you go. So there's a point where a woman can show they deserve something, but it's more
For sure.
Disingenuous argument, and you know it, dog. You know I'd never say women should get beat and stay in a marriage, but I did say that most marriages are initiated by irreconcilable differences. So we're not even beating women. It's not like these girls are leaving because they're getting hit. They're leaving because emotionally they're detached from it or they're unhappy with the man. It's like there's just emotional things going on. And it's nothing to do with them getting hit. Now, I'm not saying that marriages don't end like that, but the ones we're talking about, the 70%, nope. Nope, that's not it. Sorry. It's not because 70% of men are hitting women or hitting their wives is because 70% of women are leading marriages. That's not it. Or trust me, the domestic rape violence will be through the roof.
Sure.
They don't deserve less. It's just that some of them have lost the true nature of
What
women.
I'm saying is that men need to enter every relationship with women skeptical.
Yeah.
Skeptical and assume that they deserve less unless they prove that they deserve more. That's what I'm saying. And there's nothing wrong with that because men have to perform.
Yep.
You have to come up to her, tell a funny joke,
Yep,
be interesting, be charismatic, be charming. Why can't we put standards on women? I'm simply telling guys to put standards on women because we don't put standards on them. That's why they behave the way that they do.
So just no unconditional value to women is essentially what you're saying. Not that they deserve less, just don't be unconditional to what just because they're a woman.
What I'm saying is approach it from a skeptical standpoint.
Yep.
And assume she deserves less unless she proves that she deserves more. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Which interestingly enough,
really
I hope you know, this is how women deal with men.
Less. Yeah.
This is precisely how women deal with men from an adversarial perspective of what can he provide for me?
Yeah, True. What can you do, what he brings.
Versus men are so stupid to come into a relationship and say, oh, what can I provide for her? How can I go ahead and help her out? They don't come in with that same mindset. I'm simply telling men.
And we're not saying that all, I don't know, ain't shit guys going to come in with that, how can I use her? But we're talking about the guys with good intentions, women. Let's just go ahead and stamp it. The guys with good intentions, the guys that's looking for marriage, and this is what they usually run into. I mean, sure, unless you want to go to that, Christian group out there in the woods or something. Well, what is it, a retreat?
Men to treat women the way they treat us when it comes to the beginning of a relationship. And I would argue men have way more skin in the game when they deal with women, so it behooves us to move with skepticism when we deal with them.
Do you think like the love of a woman?
Who's up next though? Because we got a lot of people here. I see.
I'm gonna lie. That's actually a really good question. Like in your mind, what should a man bring to the table in that emotional aspect? Because you're all right. It is more than just money. Like trust me, you're not just gonna keep a woman there with money. So in an emotional aspect, I mean, you want to make your girl feel like she got something good. So I mean, you want to take care of yourself, of course, as a man. I mean, you also want to be there for her in emotional moments as well. So you do have to have time. I mean, you could be a busy ass dude, but I mean, whatever free time you got, I would advise you do spend with your girl and let her know that, yeah, I don't got a lot of time. So you better value this time. She better value that time. So, but you do have to be emotionally there. So I agree with you. It's not just all about money, but as the emotional aspects, I'm gonna be honest with you, all women are different. They kind of want you to be there for them in a different way. Like it's like their love language and all that good stuff. You kind of got to go off their love language on how they kind of, want you to be there emotionally for them.
We got a line, right? All right, so let's get some other people on. Thank you. No worries, man. Appreciate you. Hi.
What's up, bro?
How are you?
It's crushing. For an argument, could you define what you mean real quick in a more into context? Like when you say less value,
I
less
literally just went over that with the other
resources?
guy.
30 seconds.
I literally just went over that.
15 seconds. Less what? Less attention?
I said it. Just not even said men need to approach relationships and dealing with women from a skeptical standpoint.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little different than women deserve less, but I think
yes,
I agree
assume
with
that
you.
they deserve less unless they prove they deserve more.
That's true. So basically walking there assuming that she pretty much ain't the wife, she ain't the wife type. And I mean, you know what? In the setting that you do meet a girl in, it is okay to think that. Let's be quite honest. In the setting you do meet a chicken. Now there is some settings maybe you may throw that cautiousness to the side, but yeah, you probably shouldn't meet women on the aspect of respect her, treat her nice, be a gentleman, but don't fall all over and think it's gonna be a wife though. I mean, I think we can understand that, right?
Okay, that's a tough argument because I think I agree with that. But the thing of where I disagree, because I've watched some of your content.
Sure.
So I'll pick on points that I think I disagree with.
All right, what do you disagree
do you think you value commitment to a woman?
Can we turn up that mic?
Do
the
you?
music is loud. Sorry, say that again.
Do you value commitment to a woman?
If it's the right woman, yes.
Okay. Can I
But
ask
that
you
commitment has to be earned.
Facts, 100%. You preach a message a lot right now that the masses is that women are basically like a lot of what I would consider Miami women that are going after value, that are kind of going after them for basically their money in a sense, for lack of better words. And I think what's missing potentially part in your message is that it's like you probably don't speak enough about the fact that commitment to a woman, at least in a biblical stance, which not everyone's Christian, not everyone's ever, but there's a reason why biblical is the way it's written, that it goes church, Christ, man, woman, marriage. There's a reason that it's written that way. And I think part of your message is missing that it's like, are you married?
No.
Or do you want to get married?
I will in the future.
They would still be married.
Why?
But not with the state involved.
Not with what?
Not with the state involved.
You know, I mean, I trust they would still be married. I mean, gonna lie, I don't think I would find a couple who's clicking that much. I mean, and then you forget the physical part too, like emotion, mental, physical, and emotional. I mean, yeah. I mean, babe, they hitting on all of that. Those are people usually married like 50 years plus. God damn it. So it's gonna be hard pressed for me to define a divorced people who click like that, or a divorced couple who literally clicks like that.
Okay, that's fair.
That's a whole other conversation.
With who involved?
Oh, I think it's a union between man and woman and God. But what I'm saying is that, right? So look.
Okay, fair.
I see your perspective because the other guy made a religious argument as well. So I agree with you on what you just said.
Okay.
But the problem is that most women do not observe this Christian worldview that you presented. Unfortunately,
I agree.
I wish they did.
I agree.
That was back when we were a superpower in the 50s.
I agree.
But now we live in a secularized world where most women think it's okay to kill babies.
Yep.
They don't believe in male authority.
Yep.
They don't respect men in general, masculinity, and most importantly, they don't respect the concept of men are above women.
Okay.
If I was to say women are supposed to obey men, most women will bucket that and say that's bullshit. Obviously, you would agree with me because you come from the Christian world, my worldview. But the problem is that we no longer have these things in place to keep women in check, unfortunately.
I agree with you a lot, which is probably the problem. However, I will say one thing.
Yeah.
I think that a root of the problem, a lot of the root of the problem is not the women. The women in Miami down here that are running around and acting like the way they act is because of the weak fucking men we have.
Facts. No, that is so true. I mean, like I said, I do like to turn it on the guys. It's because of the male leadership in this country that women have turned out like this. A lot of weak ass dudes who honestly bend the knee to women, beautiful women. They give them whatever they want. They don't got to earn anything. They don't even got to be nice to some of these guys, and they still get money out of them. I mean, like, bro, there's literally women on camera calling dudes pieces of shit while they're sending money to her. It's like, yeah, there's some weak ass dudes out here that honestly pay women to be, promiscuous, pay women to pretty much violate them or eviscerate them verbally. Then there's the freaky guys who do pay women to violate them. I mean, come on now, guys. When women out here running game like this, it's pretty hard to respect the majority of us. When there's a large majority of us who bend the knee to women in every way, shape, and form. I mean, bro, I always do say there's no way you could beat a guy who's willing to eat ass and suck toes. Like, you can't beat that guy. He's willing to do the things that you are not, my friend. All of us are not. The man is willing to eat ass and suck toes. You can't beat that. And that's what I call ultra simping.
This country, because the men aren't stepping up and they're fit.
Sorry for my language, but hey, that's the best thing. Best thing I could tell you is that for the guys, it's like, come on now. There's things that we won't do, but trust me, with things that some guy will do that will go overboard, guys, overboard. Like, man, like, you took that girl out on a nice little date. You could have took her out on an expensive one, but you was like, no, let me fill her out. Then there's the simp dude that's going to take her to Roof Chris or something, or going to take her to some other expensive restaurant like Hyde Park. Well, no, you guys are not in Columbus. But just think of your favorite high-end restaurant.
Because they're not, because they ain't got no wealth, because they're not stepping up into. Correct, because men aren't stepping up into the man they're supposed to be created to be. If more men stepped up and said, I'm going to be a leader, and the man that I'm supposed to be, I'm created, I'm divine, I'm going to follow my purpose, I'm going to do the things that God's calling me to be, I'm going to be fit, I'm going to be wealthy, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to
No, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, women, I'm going to be real with you, and y'all going to hate what I'm about to say, but you guys are attracted to weak-ass dudes. I mean, my favorite statement is that, well, all women say they don't want a bitch-ass dude, but they want a bitch-ass dude. And what I mean is that you guys kind of want to do that bends the knee for you. You kind of want to do that kiss your ass. You want to kiss ass? Yes, man, dude. That's a weak ass dude. So you guys can't even sit there and blame yourselves. I mean, blame men. It's like, this is just what you're attracted to, or this is what you kind of want. And once you get what you want, you realize it's not really what you're attracted to, and then you end up doing some wild things. So yeah, I think that's one thing that a lot of women really don't want to admit. But hey, it is what it is.
This women to wake up early. If men did more of those things, I think women would actually have more of a breed to go after and more actual men to go after. The problem is that for as many women as there are that are out here hoeing around, there's double as many men being weak men that aren't stepping into their purpose.
Yeah, for sure. There's many problems that I've been able to identify with this: the destruction of the nuclear family, men not necessarily adhering to their roles. But I think something that we don't talk about because we're so easy to criticize men, which I do this all the time as well. But we never talk about the invisible column, which is feminism.
Sure.
And this feminism has created a lot of problems, and to talk about that gets you labeled a misogynist, gets you banned off social media.
Okay,
gets you,
I think
get what I'm saying?
I think that's bullshit. But however, at the same time, okay, let's say.
But we know that's the problem.
YouTube bans Fresh and Fit. Then what? Fresh and Fit figures it out. Whatever, anybody, it's a responsibility aspect. So if we're preaching the concept and we're preaching the responsibility to men, I think more importantly, if men stepped up way more than the way they're stepping up today, the men in this country would respond.
They
if you
would.
point the finger at the women are going to be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, why? Because there's a bunch of fucking weak men running around.
Yeah.
You step up as a man and you preach that message, you have a bunch of men stepping into their calling, into their purpose.
Yeah, I mean, end simping, end all simping. I agree with my man. I definitely feel like, one, we should shame every dude that pays for an OnlyFans. If you are literally paying for an OnlyFans, you should be shamed as a man. Period, point blank, ultimate simping. There you go. If you're one of those type of dudes, you should be shamed. And two, bro, tricking. Guys who trick on women, who pay women for dates and sex, those guys should be shamed. But for some reason, these guys are being championed. And hear me out, women, because I don't agree with this shit either. But you guys can also agree with me that these type of dudes are being championed. That these trick dudes who are pretty much paying for women are now being honestly put on a pedestal as, oh, this is the type of guy you want. A guy that just throws money at you. You fuck the affection. Just as long as he can pay your bills, you spread your legs. I mean, is that really a good message that we want to spread to women? But that's what's being spread. So it's not even like, I'm gonna be quite honest. Now that I think about it, yeah, it's like the weak ass dudes and the trick ass dudes are the ones that get highlighted. Those are the ones that the society push towards you. Those are the ones that they try to make look sexy. They make it look sexy for y'all, and y'all go for it. Let's be honest.
I can guarantee you the woman problem already solves itself. Just like everything else.
Again, like I said, for sure, I agree with you. Like that, the men are obviously not adhering to what they're supposed to adhere to. But like I said before, we already bash the men enough and say men need to step up, etc. This has been the.
I disagree.
No, that's absolutely. They've been.
I got a good 20 more minutes, my man. Shout out my man Tim for reminding me. He's like, dog, the sun's out. G, I got a little 10, 20 in me. I got you, dog.
Demonizing men for a very long time.
I think modern feminism men do, which I think is bullshit, and I agree with.
No, but
I don't think men, you men, me men, like men have men-to-men conversations and say, yo, you need to step it the fuck up. I don't think enough men are having that conversation.
But like I said before,
that's true.
We already hold men's feet to a fire to perform. Okay.
I mean, bro, like male friends, like, bro, we start acting like women. Like, we don't even tell our friends when they're overly fat anymore. We don't even tell our friends, like, yo, you're wrong. We don't even be confrontational with our friends like we used to. So, I mean, shoot, back when I was young, I was getting in a debate with my friends all the goddamn time. And like, we don't even butt heads. Like, y'all don't even butt heads in y'all group no more. It's like, it's mediocrity just all around. I do not get y'all these new friend groups these days with men, because there's no way y'all shouldn't be sharpening iron. Like, what's going on here? But hey, and this is what leads to the problem. I do agree. Like, there's too much weak ass dudes, and there's well, I'm be real with you, that leaves the stronger dudes out there to dominate, or the guys who actually stand up for themselves. Those guys will dominate. But trust me, it's only in a subvert type of domination, because the girls are always gonna kind of be pushed towards the weaker dudes and end up kind of falling towards the guys who stand up for themselves, usually either through cheating or other promiscuous manners.
We already do that, right? And men have been ostracized from society for being losers, etc. My point is that we don't hold that same level of accountability on the female side, is my point. Now, religion used to do that.
Yes.
Religion, shame, family,
Correct.
Society.
Correct.
They used to do that. But
Yes.
guess what? Those guardrails are now gone. So since those guardrails are gone, where
Bring
religion
them
doesn't
back.
matter,
Bring them back.
Girls can be whores.
Preach that message.
There's feminism,
But think about
etc. But
Think
here's the
about
thing.
that. Preach that message.
We're never going back.
Preach that message. Bring that shit back, and I can guarantee you right now, the rest of the problem.
I mean, most men, not men in general. Like, come on now. Like you said it, men are weak like pussy. Like, come on now. You know what I said? I said most men. And I'll be real with you. Why I say most men? Because, well, let's just go down to health statistic. Most men are overweight. Most men they're not athletic. Most men don't even stand up for themselves. Most men actually they aspire to be average. Most men don't do well with women. I mean, I think the average women, the average guy, it's not too bad. Average guy, like what they say, have a body count of like 5 or 7. And then there's guys out there that's racking it up like 20 plus. Yeah, most men are either weak or they're not really good with women or both. It's like, I will admit, most men. Like, what can I say? If you look at the statistics, it kind of say that. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. I wouldn't say money makes the man, but I would say that how you carry yourself and through your fitness and all that good stuff, that does matter. So, yeah. And I would say that most guys are scrawny and fat, and I would say that most guys do tend to be a bit weak-minded when it comes to women. Most guys. That's why this whole, I guess, the red pill thing only caught on with like a certain group of men, to be honest with you. Only a certain group.
Solve itself.
And this is the religious argument that guys make.
Hold on.
Look,
you're pointing a finger at a symptom, not the root. You say the root, man, you step the fuck up and you solve your problems. 99% of the shit you're talking about is solved. It's just like businesses. It's just like podcasts. Oh, YouTube demonetized me. You're the problem, brother. Fix it. You fix your own shit. You end up rising to the problem and solving it.
That is true, though. I always do say, like, people want to complain about, I got kicked off here, I got kicked off there. And I'm like, well, yeah, that means you're an ineffective communicator. Work on that. You got to work on communicating better. It's like, even like me, sometimes I even have to watch how I communicate. I can't use curse words every sentence because that's just not good communication skills. And YouTube will honestly never let your videos get monetized, or at least have ads on them. Now, you can get monetized, but your ad revenue is going to be shit. Damn, excuse my language.
Make a solution just like it would be for women.
Again, like I said before,
got me
that's all ideal. That's all great. But the reality, like I said before, is that what's ideal versus what's real are really two different things.
Right,
and
fair.
this religious idealism, it used to be the thing that kept women in line, but it's gone now. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
I think I'll agree with you that that's what's happening today, and I'll agree with you on that.
Yes, that's
but
that's
I do
the
think
problem.
and I agree. I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
Honestly, I just think that, and this is where I'm going to have to catch you, girl. Like I said, it's the strong men that repel. I don't get you girls. Because like I said, when they talk how you like and all that good stuff, is like I said, it's the weak dudes that let women walk over them. You guys are attracted to them. And that's cool. If that's what you want, that's fine. Like I say, all girls don't know that they want a bitch ass dude, but say they don't want a bitch ass dude. It's okay. I understand the illusion. But it's like, nah, I wouldn't consider Myron a weak dude. I would say he can be a bit extreme with his stances. But a weak dude, let's be real, weak dude wouldn't get in front of people and like honestly out there in the crowd and actually do this. A weak dude would just sit behind the keyboard, faceless account, and type bullshit all day. That's what a weak dude would do. Nah, he's standing on 10 with this one. Even if I don't agree with the guy, if you're out there on the street doing that, even if you're spewing the most crazy liberal talking points, I respect it.
Feminism and modern feminism is fucking
feminism,
bullshit.
while secularizing the country, have led to this big problem. But that's what you can't talk about, is my point. We could sit here and point the finger at men all the time. We do. Yeah. And that's okay. Yeah. But to point it on the other side, that's when you start getting censored. That's when you start getting banned. That's when you start getting shadow banned. That's when when you have issues. So that's what I'm saying, is that we never talk about that problem. Trust me, I've talked about men being bums and losers, etc. I tell guys all the time, you shouldn't even date unless you can provide for her and yourself. But we already know that. We don't talk about the other problem.
All right. Last point, because I think this is where we agree on too many things to make this a
sure. And there's a beautiful line here too. So
last thing is, if the message was bringing back what you just said mattered, which is a lot of the biblical times, a lot of the biblical principles, bringing back the men stepping into their calling, men stepping into their purpose, if that was the core message to men right now, and that was spelt louder, that was spoken more, that was spoken in a more frequent message, to me, this is my opinion, which is why I'm on this mic.
All right, liberal male feminist.
What's up, man?
Hey.
What do you mean that women deserve less? Could you explain that more clearly?
See,
Men need to enter relationships
with guys like this that you girls agree with. I want you to look
and deserve less
at the screen. Okay, these guys that look like this that y'all girls be agreeing with. Okay, I just want to let you guys know the guys that you agree with look like this. The guys that you disagree with look like, well, let me see, this young man right here. Now, for my white girls, because I know my black girls ain't really feeling that too much. But for my white girls, come on now, let's be real now. Like, if this is what it is, what would you rather want? Like this guy, conservative, or the red pill bro, or do you want the liberal guy? You know, the guy that looks like he's having health problems. Like, come on, man, you got to make a decision out here, because I don't think you want them type of problems. But all right, let's get back.
What's up, man?
Hey.
What do you mean that women deserve less? Could you explain that more clearly?
Men need to enter relationships with women with a healthy level of skepticism.
Why is that?
Because most women, unfortunately, don't provide a reciprocal amount of value to a man in a relationship. And if they enter into giving her more, well, they're probably going to take an L in the long run.
What kind of value do you say that women aren't providing? What are they lacking in?
Well, a lot of modern day women don't respect most men. A lot of them don't respect male authority. A lot of them think that men are below them. A lot of them think that they deserve the world simply by existing. A lot of them don't think that they need to cook or clean or adhere to certain, traditional feminine roles. Basically, they can do whatever they want, and their roles are malleable to whatever they want versus your roles are static as a man.
But why should a woman have a traditional role? Why should she be home cleaning and doing all this bullshit that women in the past have been fucking miserable doing? Nowadays, there's more women doctors, AI, engineers.
I mean, to assume that women were miserable just cleaning for their man and taking care of their family is honestly disingenuous. I'm like, come on now. That's not cool. I do hate when people do that. Oh, they were miserable. I'm like, I have a grandma from back, and from the way she was speaking, she wasn't miserable. So I do hate how people do speak on marriages like that back in the day, as if every woman back in the day was just a miserable woman. Like, that is just factually false. Like, this is not true.
They're doing better jobs than men. They're getting lower suing. Like, they have less things.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
what's the cost of that?
The cost of them is working and going to college and thinking, using their brain.
But what is the cost of that, though?
I was just trying to say, instead of sitting around and letting a man have his authority over her and tell her what to do and where she's going to be and how many kids she's going to have and how many people she should fuck and whatever else you're trying to say. If all women deserve less, does it mean every woman or just a subset of women?
Yeah, so what you just described is like women entering the workforce and like feminism. And I would argue that's a big problem with why we have the society that we have, right? We have marriages in the toilet. We have divorce rates, highest they've ever been. We have women on more SSRIs and antidepressant medication ever before, despite the fact that they have more privileges and access than they've ever had before, most educated, but yet they're still unhappy. We have, an epidemic of single mothers. We have a bunch of children that don't have a father. We have a bunch of kids that are running around being degenerates. We have school shooters all over the place. We have an enormous amount of crime. The economy is in the shitter.
But that's their fault. That's not women's fault.
No, what I am saying is a symptom of that, of the country declining. A big component of that is due to feminism.
How
because
does
feminism.
Wait.
I'll explain. Let me go through.
No. You're not making
feminism.
sense. You're throwing out things and they're not making sense. So you're saying there's a high crime rate. You're saying that men are not being respected and all that, and it's all because of feminism. Okay?
Yes, because
give me an example.
Yeah, I'll explain. So when you look at the degradation of society, it's typically directly rooted to the destruction of the nuclear family. The nuclear family is the backbone of any thriving society. The thing that hurt and impeded, or some would even say killed the nuclear family in the West, especially the United States, was feminism. Because thanks to birth control and the rise of feminism and the rise of free love in the 1960s, what basically has happened is women have said, oh, I make my own money now. If I make my own money and I have my own status, well, I don't need a man anymore. And what's ended up happening is
What's wrong with that?
Well, that destroys the nuclear family. That's my point.
But what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with what?
Destroying the nuclear family.
Whoa. Hey, yo, bro, don't give a fuck. Mom, excuse me, but he don't care. He does not care. He really don't. It's like, whoa. So you're just a full-on male feminist. Oh, what's wrong with the nuclear family? And do you see that health? Like, does this guy look like a healthy man? Like, girls, is this really you want to think like a guy that looks like this? I mean, really, really feminist. Think about that. The guys that you so champion looks like that. No, just take a good look at it. Just take a good look at your future husband. All right, let's keep it going.
Society's changed. Things change. Women don't need to be sitting around being married to someone and answering to someone and saying, hey, I can't have a high.
Yeah, shoot, but most of them would prefer that, but okay.
Body count. They should be able to go fuck who they want, do whatever they want, and be happy. Okay, instead of sitting at home waiting for some guy. Let's just reverse things a minute. Okay, let's say that someone told you you got to sit around and you got to be moral, and any girl you want to fuck, you can't do it because women think that's wrong, and you will behave and do as you're told and live a miserable life. You say women are more on, what do you say, mentally ill drugs or whatever? That's because they're sick of their lives. They're sick of being told what to do. They want a career. They want
No, they're on drugs because they're miserable from having their own life, from having more social responsibilities, apparently. And honestly, like women start being on more of these psychotropic drugs when they came into their workforce, when all this feminist stuff started branching off. So if you're saying that, women are, it's because of these men, it's because women are sick of their lives. I mean, then, well, guess what? They were taking less when they weren't working and all that good stuff. So who's, that kind of correlates to pretty much saying that, well, I guess women were happier when they didn't have to work and they can just depend on a man. I guess things were a whole lot easier for women back then, huh?
No, they're not told what to do anymore. Is precisely my point. They have all the freedom, yet they're still on antidepressant medication.
No, they have more freedums now. They're just starting to get more freedoms.
No, they've had them for a very long time.
Well, women had freedom for a minute now. I mean, like, women had freedom before I was born. What is this man talking about? Oh, they're just now getting freedoms. I'm like, whoa, buddy. How long where you been?
Very little. And they're still having higher suicide rates. They're on more antidepressant
males
medication.
have higher suicide rates.
No, I'm saying women have higher suicide rates now than before is my point.
Younger Gen Z and millennial women do have higher.
So as things have gotten better for women, they've made more money, gotten more education, become, contributing members of society. Everything has gotten better for them, yet they're less happy.
Everything hasn't gotten better.
I mean, yeah, they're like, bro, we're talking about the richest women in the world, the freest group of women in the world are American women, but for some reason y'all are honestly more unhappy. That's just the fact of the matter. I mean, you guys thought it was feminist. You guys thought it was male oppression, but I mean, it wasn't. That's just the fact. That's the fact.
They're still judged as horse sleepers.
I mean, feminists have been lied to. Y'all been told it was male oppression that was keeping you down, that was keeping you miserable, and that was sold to you guys. Now look where you're at. I mean, congrats though. You're free. You're the freest women, richest women in the world, but you're also the most miserable. Hey man, I guess this comes with your wins and your losses, huh?
Around. They're still judges, pigs, and losers if they're winners.
I would argue they're not judges.
Men are weaklings if a woman makes more than they can fucking handle it. What'd you say?
They're not judges' whores.
Oh yeah, no. Yes, they are judge whores. If a woman becomes a doctor, teacher, something that pays well, the men are automatically insecure. They fucking can't handle it.
Bro, what? Dog, what are you talking about? If a girl's a doctor, I mean, I think she's less likely to be a hoe or a whore or whatever you want to say it, because one, I mean, to become a doctor, you can't be out there just messing around with people like that. You got to stay focused. You got to stay hard on your grind, on your study. So if she's a doctor, I'm less likely to assume that she's a hoe, to be quite honest with you. Now, maybe she was a nurse. I might agree with you. I might be like, you know what? Maybe. I'll be honest with you. So usually the more highly educated the girl, I'm talking about highly educated, not just educated, but usually the more highly educated the girl and the less experienced with guys she got is what I've noticed. Me personally. But I mean, the lower educated ones, maybe like sociology, psychology, and all that good ones, I mean, they be all around.
Trust me. No, the promiscuity is not promiscuity is not shamed to the same level that it used to be. Now, going back to the whole thing.
Correct.
So let me make sure I understand this.
Right.
So you don't think the destruction of the nuclear family is what led to society going and decaying?
Wait, you're saying if a rock falls and breaks, did it break? You need to say what you're saying differently.
What I'm saying is that my argument is the nuclear family is the backbone of a society.
I don't believe the nuclear family is a backbone.
Okay, so that's where we disagree. I think
we definitely disagree with that.
I think the nuclear family is the backbone of a society, a thriving society.
Right, but if that's the case,
I mean, and kids get the best results in a nuclear family. So, I mean, women, it was probably wasn't even the best results for you guys to separate from men for your kids' sake. I mean, and yeah, most guys who are in jail coming from a single mother, single mother household. So you can't say that you're better in leadership or raising kids than a single father. I'll tell you that. I don't know about that one. I wish we can give you that, though. I wish we should be able to, but that's not the case.
Imagine that you're right for 3 seconds, okay? What you're saying out here is women deserve less. So why would I want to be a part of a nuclear family where a woman deserves less? Where I'm putting in the same work or more, but I deserve less?
Yeah,
Can you
because
explain that to me.
The point I'm trying to make is the reason why is because
Private, you're right though. It was mostly well-off housewives. It's like, here's the thing. It was like lower income women, middle class and lower income women took on the plight of rich housewives who, yes, millionaire or more high six-figure husband literally dominated everything because they paid for everything. Like, even back in the day, bro, I'd always say black women, y'all literally look stupid as feminists because why? What are you doing taking on the plight of the rich white lady? Like, really now? And when has your men ever been in a position to oppress you? Like, bro, back in the day, we worked beside our women. We didn't have it like that to be out there. Oh, I'm just going to work the whole thing. We didn't have it like that till now. Not now, but at least until like the 70s, we were able to start doing that. Well, back in the day where we was over there y'all was fighting for human rights and us women are miserable at the house. That was the rich white woman's plea. No offense to my rich white ladies, but that was them. Like, I don't know what y'all was doing taking on their plea. It made no sense to a group of men who never in a position to oppress you. That's what I'm saying. Like, feminism for white women, that actually makes sense because they had actually real grievances with their men. Like, feminism for any other race outside of being a white woman, it literally does not make sense. It doesn't. At least white women had an actual gripe. Y'all just picked it up because they sold it to you.
Day women are no longer traditional women.
What does that mean? They fuck people?
Yeah, more promiscuous. They're more rude. They don't respect male authority.
Okay, but wait. Why should they?
Man, I'm dead serious. I mean, I do not understand it. Like, I get it. I get this. I mean, feminism used to just be what? About women's rights. But let's be real, girls. Let's be honest with yourself. What I said was factual. Now, you may not like hearing it, but that's just the truth. I'm sorry. Hey, but it's the truth y'all made. Be happy about it.
Why shouldn't a woman sleep around if she wants? Why?
There's a bunch of problems with that.
Give me one.
Women that sleep around tend to have more mental instability. They tend to have problems with parents.
Nuclear family is a good family is built off a nuclear family. So no, you're wrong. You're trying to take the value out of a nuclear family because, well, you don't want to admit that Myron's right. But let's be real. A nuclear family is the backbone of a good family. Like, the backbone of a good family, which, I mean, would honestly come from what? Grandma and granddad. And that's usually the backbone of a good family. Usually when a strong man and a submissive woman got together and created a lot of kids. There you go. Backbone of a strong family. And it usually came off I'll tell you this. It came off a straight couple because for some reason gay couples are getting hyped up out of nowhere. But yeah. So I don't know what's wrong with why are you trying to take the value out of a nuclear family? Like, it is the backbone of a good family. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Pair bonding, they tend to be more miserable, sad, more likely to use alcohol, abuse drugs. This is why women that are sex workers and porn stars almost always end up.
Everyone goes through an immaturity stage, okay? People like to go off to college, they like to fuck, they like to have a good time, but then at a certain point they say, okay, I've had enough. I want someone who loves me and cares about me, or I don't want anyone who loves me. I get there's a lot of trauma in people's lives. A lot of 25% of women have been sexually abused. There's a lot of problems out there. It isn't just the backbone of society, this marriage thing you keep talking about. Yeah. And women are doing better than men, and they're going to be pulling the strings. They're the ones who are going to be controlling AI, medical, the intelligence agencies. Let's not forget who got bin Laden. It was a female intelligence agent, okay?
Yeah, but who went and actually shot him?
Who went out and shot him? U.S. Special Forces. But a woman told him where he was.
And those were all men.
But a woman told him where he was.
And
bro,
the thing is that
who completed the mission? Was it going to be a team of women that's going to take out bin Laden or a team of men? Okay, then. We're not saying that women can't do a good recon job. We're saying that women can't work behind the scenes. That's what we damn near love you best. Like, when you're working behind the scenes. But he's damn near proving that point, too. It's like, yeah, well, women found bin Laden. Yes, thank you. Y'all are really good at doing that. Trust me, y'all pay attention to details way better than we do.
That team that you mentioned, that you're talking about, that caught Bin Laden, it was majority men. Yeah, there was a woman that headed it, but
So what?
it was a majority of
If
men.
it's the majority of men, but the woman figured it out, who's the smarter of the?
No, she was just the supervisor.
Just the supervisor.
She was just supervisor.
There was a woman FBI agent who told Bill Clinton they're going to crash planes into the buildings, and he laughed her off, and all the male agents laughed her off.
That's not
so,
true.
Sorry, women are in intelligence agencies. Women are way more intelligent than men. And they're getting better in AI, which is the future, and they're getting better in medical, science, cancer research.
But not better than men. I mean, no, there's exceptional women. Like, I ain't gonna lie. There's some very exceptional women that are doctors, like tech, work in tech and all that crazy stuff, engineering, mathematics. It don't matter. There's impressive women in all fields, but they're still not as impressive as the men. Like, let's just be real. And like I said, I'm not saying not downshotting impressive women. Trust me, there's women that can walk circles around me in a lot of subjects. But trust me, there's some guy out there that'll be able to walk circles around them. I don't know what it is. Okay, I mean, shoot, bring me your best woman physicist, and I'll bring you the best male one, and that guy gonna win. I mean, bring me your best female chess player, I'll bring you the best chess player, and he'll most likely win. So intellectually, physically. Do we have women in that? Yes, most likely. And that's not being a chauvinist. That's just me stating out the facts. And there are outliers of women who definitely can, like I said, run circles around most men when it comes to those, tasks that involve a lot of intelligence.
Women are blowing men away. And they don't want to live in a traditional role where they come home. And you're saying down here that women deserve less. I'm going to ask you again. All women deserve less, or just women who don't suck up to men? Which one is
like
it?
I said before.
All right, who runs Google? I mean, who made here's the thing, who made all the coding programs that these guys use? A man. So here's the thing, you guys even use what we built for y'all to advance. I mean, you're welcome. Can you say thank you, guys? Thank you for building the computer so we can go to have these opportunities. Thank you, men, for building the computers. I mean, you can say thank you because we kind of build this structure that you guys are able to succeed on, and we love it for you. I promise we do. But don't sit here and act like y'all just did it on your own. Remember, you can only do this because of men, because of us men that build this society. So we love it for you, and we always will. But don't pretend like I just did it on your own now. And what? So you want me to look up? Oh, to look up all the Microsoft or Google camps. Didn't I just say that you guys still work off our coding and programming in the computers that we build? And also, oh wait, hold on. And the schools that they go to, who's that built by? Oh, a man. So like I said, I mean, here's the thing. And like I said, you women don't chase those jobs that build society. You chase those jobs that put you in an office. And we built that for you guys. So I really don't know where this disrespect comes from of men who don't work in these office jobs when they're the whole reason you guys can even work these office jobs.
Before I said it from the beginning, when I say women deserve less, I'm talking about from a relationship perspective. From being skeptical from a relationship perspective.
Militia?
Relationship.
Okay.
And then you went ahead and talked about the professional stuff. Look, I mean,
I talked about sleeping around, professional stuff,
yeah,
SSR, antidepressants. I talked about it all. Suicide.
And I'm telling you that as women have become able to attend school and make money and get these careers, their depression and their sadness and their life happiness has gone down alongside that, is what I'm trying to explain to you.
But that's a small percentage. And men's depression has gone up too.
But men have always been, because we have a burner performance on us. Now women are starting to
because men are weaker.
No.
Yeah, they commit suicide at higher rate.
All right, I'll go ahead and fact check this one for you guys. So here we go. Yes, overall, and what I asked was, are there more men than women in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? Right? Because you said Google and Microsoft, so that falls under engineering and technology and engineering. So yes, overall, there are more men than women in STEM fields. While women are making gains in STEM, which I did not, come on, I gave y'all props, and have increased their representation, men still, sorry to say so ignorantly, but still dominate the field. Participatingly in certain areas like engineering and computer science, particularly in certain areas like engineering and computer science. Like, and didn't I just say that, bro? We built the computers. We built the goddamn computers for you guys. Like, I just said that. I mean, shout out, bro. Shout out to the fact checking. Because I tell you, I'm not just lying to you guys. I'm literally telling you what it is. Like, yo, I mean, a lot of people want to try to inflate women's head with these statistics. Like, oh, yeah, we're doing better than men now, but you're not. I mean, there was a lie that black women was making more than black men, and that was false. Like, trust me, that was extremely false, but there were people running on that lie. They was like, oh, well, would black women make more than black men and all that? But when you look up the statistics, it's a full-on lie. So I don't know why there's this inflation of women's head when it comes to men, where, oh, you guys are doing better than men now. But when you look at the numbers, I mean, no, you're not. But it's not like we don't want you to, but at least wait till you're doing so to start bragging and don't lie about it. I mean, it's not like we don't want you to. That's like saying I want my little sister or my little cousins to do good. I do. But it's like, come on now. Wait until y'all actually clear the achievement, then say it.
They're more depressed, okay? They can't handle shit. If a girl tells them to fuck off or cheats on, they go home like a bitch.
Because men have a significantly harder life than women do.
Men have a harder life than women.
Absolutely, yes.
25% of all females have been sexually molested. It's like 8% for men. You're telling me that men have a harder life?
Men, yes, absolutely, yes.
Okay, and give me three ways.
Men absolutely. See, here's the thing. People, homeless people, drug addicts, people that are, suffering, right? Depression, sadness, it's overwhelmingly men. And the reason why is because with men, there aren't the same social safety nets that are there for women. For women, they're able to...
What are you talking about? Anyone that doesn't have a penny can get off the street right now. Camilla's house, you go to Psychology Today. And if there's more men, if there are more men on the street depressed, that means they're weaker. They can't go get help.
Yeah,
Why can't they go see a doctor?
But what I'm saying is that
a woman
men have... Well, actually, no, men are more likely to get attacked, for crime reasons, because men are always seen to, carry more money, have more perceived value. A guy's more likely to have valuable things on him than women. Not saying that women don't carry nice things, but yeah, it's more likely to a man to get robbed, ironically. Now, at the terms of sexual assault or sexual violence, that is common in both men and women, but over half of women, which he is right, 53%, experience some type of sexual violence. So he's not lying.
Significantly less social resources than women do. And here's the thing also.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Now we're just...
Okay, give me one fact to back that up.
Let's move to the next person. We can't even have a discussion.
You can't handle the facts.
No. You don't have facts.
Women deserve that. Does that include your mom?
Does
that include your sister?
You're lying. That's the thing is that we can't even have an intellectual conversation.
I'm right. You're wrong.
All right.
Okay?
No, you are.
And you're making a fool of yourself.
No, you made a fool of yourself.
And all these little...
That, my friend, is a foolish argument. It's like, who is your mama? A woman? Bro, stop hating on females, bro. When have I ever hated on females? I've given you nothing but facts and you got mad about it. I'm hating on females because I proved to her that there are still more men in STEM, like dominating in all the major degrees that make the most money. What's wrong with that? Like, what, are you mad that men are doing well? Like, I'm trying to get your argument here, bro, because you can't say I'm hating women and you just can't bring up who's your mama. I mean, like, bro, that's like the weak ass argument that women used to use against that dude Kevin Samuels. Actually, it's a pretty played out argument. I thought you guys could do better than the who's your mother. Like, come on, dog. You could come up with a better argument than that about who's your mother. Stop hating on women. I mean, like, what does that even have to do with what I said?
George Tate or Andrew Tate guys that think you're cool.
These are all facts, man.
He's a fucking child molester. He runs women. He's a piece of shit.
These are facts.
Huh?
What I'm saying is, like, we can't even have a discussion on facts because you're saying, oh, that's not true.
Well, because if you can't even
concede that there are far more social programs for women than men, then we can't even have a discussion. Because
I said that there's plenty of social programs for men, and they don't take advantage of them because they're too macho
for women.
To swallow their fucking pride and say, Doc,
there's far more for women. And like I said before, men live a significantly harder than women do because women are able to be a housewife if they want. They can to the workforce. They have more ability
so they
to
deserve
do
less.
what they want to do.
They deserve less. Then.
Within the confinements of a relationship, you must be skeptical, yes.
Skeptical, you're saying they deserve less.
Yeah, and then
so you're spitting on women is what you're doing.
Whoa. Okay.
Every woman that walks by.
Whoa. Gee, I think even he's not saying that you just disrespect women. That's the thing. When guys hear, oh, women deserve less, they're thinking, oh, well, just disrespect women. No, or we probably said it outright. No, the argument is no, women just deserve less of your time and energy. Let's just say that. Less of your money, energy, attention, and time. Let's just say that. That's what women deserve less of. Until they prove to you that they are worthy of it. You still be a gentleman, you know, all that good stuff, because how else you going to attract women? But I'm pretty sure, I don't know why people just don't kind of see it as that easy. I really don't. It's like, it's not as misogynist as they kind of, it's not actually misogynist at all, even the way they want to lay it out, because it's not really about what. He's not telling you to hate women. He's just telling you to make them work for it, just like they make you work for it.
You deserve less.
Look, man, if you want to be a social justice warrior, that's fantastic, but let's get to the next person.
Okay, right. I know. You can't take what I'm saying anymore.
No, because you're just virtue signaling at this point.
I'm not virtue signaling.
You're
the one virtue signaling.
You're virtue signaling at this point.
You're the next.
You're virtue signaling at this point.
And in the end, women are going to win.
Okay, we'll bring on the next person. Yeah, Thank you for your time.
Bye.
Thank you for your time. Who's up next?
I mean, bro, if you can't have this argument without trying to bring up people's like mamas and all that, then you're a child and you're not old enough to have this conversation.
And that's progressive talk right there. The nuclear family is the backbone of any society. Can't even concede to that, then it is what it is.
Yeah, God. And that's what I was saying. He's like, bro, the nuclear family isn't the backbone. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that one, G. I don't know where you got that, but okay.
What's up, man?
What's your name again? I've seen you before, but I'm sorry. What's your name?
It's Myron.
Myron, nice to. I'm Justin. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I saw the sign. I have one opinion of this. I don't think that. I think deserve comes down to a thing of merit, right? Like if a woman has the same qualifications as a man in the same field, why not? She doesn't deserve less than a man, right? If
whoa, not women deserving less in a field. We're not talking about in the pay inequality. We're talking about how dudes are treating women in marriage, or I mean, how women are just how guys are interacting with women like socially. Or, you know, in the dating aspect.
If a man is getting paid for more for something than a woman with less merit, then I think that becomes the argument. But I think that honestly...
Are you speaking from like a professional perspective?
No, absolutely not. I just think it comes down to merit based. I don't think it should be based on race.
No, but I'm saying
gender.
You're saying like if they both have the same job and have the same merits.
Qualifications.
Yeah, I'm not speaking from that perspective.
Okay, what are you speaking from?
I'm speaking from a more relationship perspective. Versus,
I'm about to say, hold on now.
In that perspective, I think it comes down to still what do they bring to the table.
Like, yeah, we believe in merit. I don't care if the best person in the room is a woman. It is what it is. Give her the job. She earned it.
Table. You know, like I think historically and traditionally, men are considered to be the ones to provide, and women are the ones that are there to nurture children and to kind of take care of some of the homework while the man provides for the family. I actually agree with that, to be honest with you. And I mean that in no disrespect to women. I think if there's a woman in
hold on. Let me stop you real quick.
Okay.
Notice how you had to say, I mean that in no disrespect to women.
It's wild.
That is precisely why I'm here doing this, because the problem is that women look at it as it's an insult to tell them to be a lady or behave like a lady. But if someone tells you, be a man, get a job, support a family, we don't get mad at that. We understand that's our duty. But them, on the other hand, they get angry when you say, hey, you know, I want you to be in the house and take care of the family, or hey, we want women that are going to take care of kids. They get angry at that.
Fair enough.
Right?
Yeah. I believe if the woman's in a position to take care and do the providing financially, and a man stays home and takes care of the kids, and she's okay with that, and there's no assumption of responsibilities there, that's just as good. I think that sometimes these taboos get carried away of like, I'm supposed to do this, you're supposed to do this. I think it's situational with people where if you are the one and a man is just confident enough to accept your role as the provider and he stays home.
All right, so he's just in agreement with dog. All right, we're here for the naysayers. Where are my naysayers at? Because you gotta love those guys.
Egalitarian mindset, that's fine, but simply put, women don't build society. Contrary to what people like that guy was saying, like women are entering science and technology and intelligence agencies. The reality is men still dominate these fields.
What about technology? Wait, that dog look at my sister's dog.
And intelligence agencies. The reality is men still dominate these fields.
What about corporate? What about corporate America? I know that women are rising in employment in terms of banking, investing.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, but I mean, women are graduating college at a higher rate, and they are entering these professional world.
Well, we're not saying women are stupid. We're just saying that, bro. It's so funny. It's like women deserve. Like, what are you saying? Women are stupid? We just saying we should spit on them? Like, whoa, where are these extreme views coming from?
Roles, But the reality is that the infrastructure that allows you to live a first world life is dominated and controlled by men mostly.
So you actually believe that America's going down based off of feminist and women leading their relationship?
Well, there's a multitude. It's not just feminism. There's a multitude of different reasons why the United States has been declining. Feminism is just one part of it, but there's multiple. I'm not saying that's the only one.
But so women shouldn't have rights? Women shouldn't have...
I never said that.
Well, I mean, what you're saying is that...
I'm saying they're not equal to men, and the reality is they're just not at all.
They're not equal to men? I mean,
no, they're not.
Like in what way? I mean, I know physically they're not equal to men.
Well, there you go, right there. Physically, I mean, well, I mean, if you want to talk about mentally, we kind of got them there too. Kind of got them there.
Yes,
but like
we are inherently not equal. Just off of what you just said right there, that proves my point.
Really, in terms of what you say, knowledge and intelligence, you really think that women aren't equal?
Well, in general, I mean, men tend to have higher IQs. Most geniuses are men, but at the same time, most idiots are also men, and men have lower IQ. So,
to be honest with you, and this is just to be real with you guys, there are more men with lower IQs than there's more women with lower IQs. So there's more dumb men than there are dumb women. But because of that, but it's the way the men like IQ spectrum works, it kind of like spans out on the curve. So that means there's also more smart men or more high IQ men than high IQ women. That's just the way it works out. So there's more dumb men than smart women, but there's also more smart men than smart women. And the women are usually hanging among the average intelligence.
We dominate both spectrums on the scale of excellence and media, but you know, men, women are inherently different. I think this egalitarian mindset where men and women are equal is a big problem why we have the situation that we have.
I'm just curious.
And I would take it a step further. I would argue that women don't want you to think that they're equal. Women are not attracted to their equal; they're attracted to a superior.
If we were to go on a college campus right now,
I've done that. They don't even want to equally pay the bills.
That before?
Yeah, I've seen their videos, right? Yeah. I think that I don't think women I don't think women should have it less. I think right now I believe in equality, right? But on a scale, women are rising in certain fields, right? Which is say not in the blue collar workforce, but in the white collar workforce, right? I mean, we could just look at the numbers in Bank of America.
Yeah, like
right?
the useless jobs, if we're going to be honest.
Useless.
They dominate the useless jobs.
So you think banking, investing, engineering are useless jobs in terms of infrastructure?
Engineering is dominated by men. I respect the plumbers, the power line.
Yeah, as I just proved that all STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math is dominated by men. So, I mean, like I said, we're not saying women are dumb. Like, no, we're just stating out the facts. Now, if the facts do tend to hurt women's feelings because they're trying to, it's like we're trying to say that we're smarter than you, which, I mean, okay, never mind. I guess we are saying that we're smarter than you, but we're not saying that you're dumb, okay?
So, man, I mean, I obviously believe that, like, I mean, everyone should be treated equally, but, like, obviously I love learning other people's opinions. Like, sure. I mean, for all the women out there, I mean, I'm on your side, but I'm just wondering, like, what do you think women deserve less of? Is that, like, in terms of jobs, like, in terms of payment, or in terms of, like, the household situation?
Hey, I know you. Liberation Media, it gotta be you, because I mean, you're the only person that knows that about me. Well, I'm born in America, so I don't foreigner, no, but of foreign descent, sure, as we all are. Oh, and trust me, dog. Come on, Liberation Media. Is that you? Hey, man, shout out to the old guys who I like. All right, no, actually, let me just grill you. It's so fun because like it be guys like this who make fun of like I guess guys who come from immigrant descent like I do, born in America though, so but you know, passport and all. But it be guys like that in the FBA community that kind of hate on the guys of who come from more immigrant descent because we kind of outperform y'all. No offense, but we do. I mean, and you're the best example of how we outperform y'all. I mean, bro. And if you're not liberal media, my bad. But dog, it be the same guys like you who get outperformed by the guys like me. And here's the thing, I actually speak for you guys. So I don't even know why y'all hate me. I really don't get it. But here's the thing, if you guys want to actually be like, if you guys want me to hear you guys out, why not perform better than my group? Because you don't. And yes, I'm talking about African American black men who come from African American, or well, the slaves that were in the cotton fields and all that good stuff, the slaves in America, for some reason, cannot outperform the black men who are descendants of slaves who come out the sugar fields in South Africa. For some reason, you just can't outperform us. But it's our fault. But we gotta go back. I mean, bro. If you ask the KKK, they both want to take us back. But to be quite honest with y'all, dog, it's just a jealousy that you guys have for African immigrants and Caribbean immigrants. That is a bit shows your insecurity and your lack of performance. But trust me, I love you guys all the same. You are my black brothers.
I'm just curious.
When I say that, I'm speaking from the perspective of a man getting in a
relationship. Oh no, he was talking about me.
Relationship with a woman being highly skeptical of her.
It's either that or Myron.
So I think I should be giving women less upfront in a relationship and less attention, time, and resources, and make them earn their keep.
What was that? Could you say that last part again?
They have to earn their keep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I completely understand. I was wanted to ask a question because no one was coming up. But thank you, man.
No problem.
I'm weak. These men are afraid of being outperformed by women? No, we're not. That's the thing, is like you're trying to, and that's so weird. Like, do you want to? I mean, women, do you want to be? Do you want us to fear y'all? Because like, here's the thing: like, these men are afraid to be outperformed by women. I mean, we're not. We don't really. That's the thing. Is like, well, why are you trying to invoke fear? Or why do you want us? Did you want us to fear women doing better than us? Like, because we don't. So I guess you can clear your mind about that. But I don't know. It does seem like when feminists talk like this, it just seems like you guys want us to be afraid of you guys. Like, I mean, maybe because you're afraid of us, but I don't know. It's like I want the fear to be mutual, and it's not. Hey, it's all love this side. We love women. I mean, now even the feminists. Now they may hate us, but hey, we love them.
All right, who's up next? Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, this is better than After Hours, isn't it? All right, who else is up? I see that there's some people in the back that are, I've seen some women pass by. You know what's interesting, right? Because I'll set this table up and I'll say, look, you know, ladies, you're welcome to come.
Oh, hey, what's good, T-Banky? I think he was, though. I'm going to be quite honest with you. There's only some guys who honestly pull that card. I could have been talking about Myron as well. But trust me, I've had dudes leave those comments under mine. I have some guy leave comments like that all the time. Trust me.
Come in and debate me and tell me why you deserve more. But they never do. Or if they do come up, they can't articulate their points. Instead, they attack me.
And to my FBA black men out there, I'm not saying that's all you guys. There's some hard work to bust their ass. But the ones who do be insulting, I mean, bro, y'all just make y'all own look bad. I'm just saying that right now. And y'all do it from a form of insecurity because you're not doing well yourself. And you just make the rest of them look. You make the rest of your own kind look bad.
And say, oh, you're gay, or who hurt you, or some other crap like that, or, you know, be like the other guy and say the nuclear family is not the backbone of a society. You know, that's just, you know, liberal propaganda garbage. You know, obviously, when the nuclear family was at its strongest, this country was at its strongest. And as the nuclear family has receded, the country's been going down, right? And we're hoping that immigrants are going to come in and replace that. And that's just a problem because they don't come in and share identity. Who's up next? Don't worry, guys, I don't bite. You can come in, ask a question. Maybe if you agree, disagree, whatever it may be. Hey, what's up?
How be doing?
How are you?
So, yeah, thank you. So it's not really to prove you wrong. I think just where we are in society, I think a two-person income, you know, takes you further in life than just one person having an income. Now, I do agree with a nuclear, you know, that being the relationships.
Yeah. So with the two-person income thing, I think that when I say that feminism is a direct cause of a lot of the problems,
right.
Feminism is a big part of the reason why we need two incomes to survive nowadays. Because when women entered the workforce, they effectively doubled the workforce.